Hello everyone, thank you for coming. Have you ever thought you have been studying for an assignment for hours, only not to do well on the assignment? Have you ever felt like hours spent on studying were completely ineffective and pointless? I used to have very bad test anxiety to the point where it would make me unable to go to school the next day. I would study for forever on a test and I would still not do well until I learned how to effectively study. Effective studying can be achieved by knowing yourself, the environment you put yourself in, and how you approach studying. I will be discussing ways to improve your overall studying, beginning with knowing yourself, how where you study affects your performance, and the way in which you approach the idea of studying. The first topic I will discuss is how vital it is for you to know yourself and your personal learning abilities. According to an article on GradGuard, a student must find out what methods work best for their life and personality in order for studying to have an effect on that individual. I used to try to use the same studying techniques as my twin brother, thinking that they would help and be used the same. His studying technique was to study 5 minutes before the test and hope for the best. This definitely did not work for me at all. I had to develop a studying method that fit my personality. I study best when I am not under pressure and I have ample time to study. Studying is not a one-size-fits-all kind of deal. A scarf may apply, but studying you can't apply to every single person. No one studies the same. Studying must pertain to your life and which methods work best for you. The multiple intelligence theory can be used to explain why two people can't study the same way, two people don't think the same way, and two people's brains aren't the same. Howard Gardner argued that no two people think uniformly and that every person is better at one thing than another. He developed the theory of multiple intelligences to account for the different types of smart people they could be. If you look at your visual aids, you will see a diagram of the 8 different types of multiple intelligences. Try to see which one fits you. I am a logical or mathematical type personality, meaning I understand things that are concrete and involve calculations. So I do not learn things the same way that a musical person would learn things. I encourage everyone to go take a quiz online to discover which intelligence you would fall under in order to get better studying techniques. The next thing I will discuss is how the environment you study in affects the way your overall performance will end up. Please silence all cell phones. According to John M. Grohol, in an article on Psych Central, students too often put themselves in an environment that is not set up for effective studying. Imagine yourself in your dorm with 5 other people watching TV on your bed, talking loudly about weekend plans, and making a mess of your dorm. Do you really think that you're going to be able to study in an environment such as this? That is right. The study place you choose should be a place that you'll be able to be productive, wherever that might be for you, either outside or indoors or in a library. Choose a space that is quiet and clean. An organized environment will create the foundation for an organized mind. An article on Western Governors University provides different little tests to see if your environment is a productive environment and how you can fix this. They point out how studying in one of these environments creates productive thinking. Make sure you have a good study place. Make the lighting dim, but not too dim. Allow for some classical music playing in the background to allow your mind not to drift away in the silence. Make sure you are comfortable, but not too comfortable to where you will just fall asleep. Put your cell phone away to eliminate distraction. Please look at your visuals of an example of a clean, organized room and an example of a disorganized, messy room that will not create productive studying. Yes. Is your room clean and organized? And does it promote productive studying? The next topic I will discuss is how you approach the idea of studying and how that matters. Looking again at an article from John M. Grohol, he states, being in the right mindset is important in order to study smarter. If you are stressed out about a relationship, about other tests you must perform, you will not be able to reach your full studying potential. It is important that you clear your mind of all thoughts that are preventing you from focusing on just the material that you will need for the upcoming test. Give your brain a break. If studying becomes frustrating, then go for a walk. Overwhelming yourself with tons of information will not be effective at all. Take the material in sections and reward yourself during breaks. Do not just think that studying is something that you have to do to pass the test. Think of it as something that will prepare you for things later on. In the past, I used to memorize material, take the test, and forget it all. This is not the way to study. Think of it this way. Why do you go to school every day? You go to learn the necessary information that will prepare you for your future. Yes, passing the class is important, but applying the information is why you are there. Remember that. Learn the information because it will benefit your future career, not just to get a passing grade. Studying can be a difficult task to grasp, but with the right tips, you will be able to study most effectively for your personal mind. In order to study effectively, it is important that you know yourself, environment, and your approach to studying. Know yourself and your learning abilities. Set yourself up in a place that will promote productivity. Do not approach studying as a chore. Now that you have learned how to study effectively, go out there and study with a purpose. Thank you all for coming. I hope you enjoyed my lesson on studying.